Hey everybody, this is Ray Ogilvie from Hartsville, South Carolina. Now I've made a few videos about hunting arrowheads, but lately I've had some folks ask me about finding Native American pottery. And so I thought I'd make a video dealing with that subject. Now, if you want to find Native American pottery, the first thing you're going to need to know is where to look. Well, just like with arrowheads, if you want to find pottery, you'll greatly increase your chances by hunting near water. This is because water is essential to life. All living things must have water to drink. It's also useful for things like cooking and cleaning. So Native Americans would have wanted to have a source of water near their homes or campsites. Now, once you've found a source of water to hunt around, you'll want to look for an area where the dirt has been disturbed. And this can be a place like a dirt road or a plowed field. And preferably, it will be on a hill so that it will stay dry. Now, one more thing that's helpful when hunting artifacts is for it to have rained recently. That way, if there are any artifacts around, the rain will have washed them off and made them easier to see. Now, once you've found a place to look, you need to know what to look for. The pottery we find today has been underground for thousands of years and exposed to the elements all that time. So, not surprisingly, most of the pieces we find will be broken. It's easy to imagine what a broken piece of pottery would look like. Its shape should be somewhat flat and thin and fairly smooth on the inside surface and on the outside surface. And we would expect its color to be the color of clay, possibly orange. These are pretty good characteristics to look for when we're hunting pottery. Of course, these characteristics also apply to some modern materials, such as brick or tile. But these materials tend to have extremely flat surfaces. And none of the curvature that we'd expect to see in a piece of pottery. Now here's a piece with a nice design on it. And this is another feature that will help us recognize Native American pottery. Native American pottery will often be decorated with simple designs like these. Now here's something else that will help us recognize Native American pottery. If we look close, we may see grains of sand in the clay. A clay pot, when it's wet, can deform under its own weight. Native Americans got around this by adding sand to the clay. This would stiffen the clay and make it easier to work with. It even enabled Native Americans to make larger pots. And after the clay was baked, the final product would be even more durable. So the presence of sand grains is another feature you'll want to look for when hunting Native American pottery. Now another material that can be confused with pottery is sandstone. Sandstone occurs when grains of sand are fused together by iron oxide. Sandstone can take on some pretty interesting shapes. But its shape isn't as uniform as pottery. And it contains more sand and larger grains than pottery. Well, I hope you'll find these pointers useful. And I hope they'll help you spot some Native American pottery. Pottery has been important to many cultures throughout the ages. It's been extremely useful in such necessary functions as storage and cooking. And it's also been a means of artistic expression.